This one is the SMART method of setting writing goals. What that often stands for is specific, motivating, attainable, relevant, and trackable. A writing goal should be specific. So instead of saying to yourself, I'm going to write for 2 hours, what does that mean? That's so general. So say instead to yourself, I am going to write 3 paragraphs about eco-critical interpretations of these 3 sonnets. Or I am going to synthesize and weave together 4 different views on solutions to particle pollution in the UK. Next, motivating. And the motivating in terms of a writing goal might come at the end. But to motivate yourself, you should be consistently reflecting on why you are doing what you are doing. So it might be panning out to look at the big picture. Remind yourself that writing this essay is a step that's going to help you get a degree. And hopefully that degree will help you move into a job that you find appealing. If zooming out is overwhelming and intimidating, try zooming in and say, if I finish this writing goal today, I will go home and watch an episode of Married at First Sight Australia, or whatever it is for you. So add that element of motivation. Next, a SMART goal should be attainable. Clearly, if you set goals that are unachievable, they're unrealistic, they're too big to even consider in the time frame you've given yourself, that is actually going to be demotivating. That has the opposite effect. So probably saying to yourself, I'm going to write the entire literature review for my dissertation in 1 day. Have I seen people do it? Sure. That wouldn't be my first choice of a goal. So just a tip, if you find yourself consistently falling shy of the goals you're setting, maybe if you're saying I need to draft 1,000 words a day, that might just not be realistic for you. That's actually a large amount of words. See what happens when you change that goal to 500 words, or to 250 words, or to 150 words. Pare it back so that it's attainable. And a SMART goal should be relevant. In terms of your writing, what this means is throughout the writing process, you should revisit not only your outline and your mind map, but the assignment rubric or the assignment prompt. This will remind you of what you're actually supposed to achieve in this particular essay. So it can be the case that as we research and as we draft and as we do more research, we drift a bit away from what our instructor actually wanted us to do. By continuing to set mini goals, one of the things you can do is ensure that those goals are still relevant to what you need to do. The other tip I would give you here is to keep an eye on when good enough is enough. There comes a point when sometimes a writer will just dig and keep digging and keep looking for more depth when actually they have what they need. So relevance might also be moving along to the bits that you haven't done yet or that you haven't started. And fifth and finally, a writing SMART goal should be trackable. The trackable element can come back to especially things like time that we're spending on our writing and quantity-based elements of our goals. So 2 paragraphs, 500 words, things like that. Keeping goals trackable also lets us reflect on and again keep that eye on whether the new goals that we're forming are still relevant. So if you're able to track and say, yes, I've finished synthesizing different scholars' views on this idea. Yes, I've finished critiquing this core concept at this stage in my essay. Yes, I've finished introducing the problem of XYZ. Being able to track your goals in that way lets you form the next mini goal, and the next mini goal, and the next mini goal. Keep your writing goals SMART by making them specific, motivating, attainable, relevant, and trackable.